GE Hydrowave type washer. You can clearly see, looks like a little snake. This is the second washer. The first one, I'll include it with this, and you can clearly see a snake had entered, and I don't think it's no longer with us from the way he looks, but his eyes look like he's, I don't know. Anyways, we'll deal with this, try and get him out. Washer slowly agitating or spinning. So we're gonna try and pull this snake out before I do anything. We might need a motor, but I'm thinking he is causing a short, which is inducing the washer not to go into spin. So it might actually still be okay. We're gonna unplug the washer and grab a needle nose and see if we can get this thing out of here. All right, so we got the snake out. Hear the machine shifting, getting ready to go in a high-speed spin. Shifter is working. Let's see what it does. All right. Here's something else that can stop you from spinning. Motor set up to the side here. The shaft should spin super fast as the machine engages. We didn't hook up, or I should say we're a shifter. So let's press start. If you notice, the motor is turning to the left and then to the right. And what that is doing is disengaging the mode shifter, which is disengaging the drum from the agitation and now going into spin. Pretty cool system. That's a good motor. All right, I'm going to change this motor. All right, so Snake took it out, and he took himself out as well. All right, let's get this motor in. All right, so we're going to be changing the motor on this GE Hydrowave. We're going to be changing this motor. Now, if you're experiencing this, chances are your motor is turning really, really slow. So your washer will not actually go into an actual spin to drain the excess water, so your washer will not be spinning fast enough. So super slow rotation, it's a sign of a bad motor. So we're going to change this motor. Now, to remove the motor, you don't want to fight with it without removing this bottom piece. You're going to get it off a lot easier, and you're not going to be fighting trying to get the belt back on. So let's get this piece on, 1/4-inch screws, and we're going to basically just let it kind of flap down. All right, don't lose your screws. Also, the pump, we'll have to remove 2 screws from the pump. Those are 3/8. Let's get those out first. All right, now we can pull this forward. All right, so we're going to be using 10mm socket to remove the motor. You will need to remove this harness. I use a 4mm. You can use your fingers to squeeze it, pull it. If not, just use this. Get in there, pops out. Unplug, unplug, and your shifter, unplug that as well. All right, so now take your belt off. Here it is. No. All right, these at the bottom are a little tricky. You do not have to remove this. You can, it's just more work. So get in there with a socket. And you're gonna loosen. Not a lot, you can't loosen it too much. All right, it's loose. Same on the other. All right, once we are loose enough, we're gonna lift the motor slowly. And as we lift, we're gonna loosen those. All right, start putting on your nut. As soon as you get it down low, push it forward so you're able to get them on. Push behind the pulley. All right, one's on. Make sure the motor is seated. Those are your pilot holes, so to say, or make sure the motor is positioned correctly into the housing. There you go. $10mm, snug up. Don't over tighten, don't go crazy on these. All right, for the bottom ones, it might be easier to use a socket just because of the angle. Of course, removing will be, the same. All right, let's put our connectors back. That's for your shift actuator or mode shifter per GE. Your wire harness. plug it in. You can't mess these up. All right, start with the motor. Sometimes you might need to use a zip tie to help get it on. These can be a pain sometimes. All right, belt is on. Make sure it's in the groove like it's supposed to, not riding on the top shaft of the motor, right dead center. All right, now I'm going to be closing this thing back up. All right, that covers that. Put the front back on. Now I'm going to put it in for a quick drain and spin so you can see the machine is working beautifully. You have your machine apart. Go ahead and check your straps up top here. These are your dampener rods, shock absorber, and they keep the drum from slapping around crazily. So I'm going to replace these two. There are two that are snapped, so we need to replace those. So keep that in mind as you have it apart. Another thing to check on these, they always get clogged in here, and you want to make sure that this is not clogged, the tube that is, otherwise you can get an overflow situation. And this needs a keeper, always. All right, and it should be right here somewhere. All right, that's it. We're gonna replace those two, and this is done. All right, going into spin. All right, guys, thanks for watching.